What's up peeps, my name's Ian, I sell books on eBay, and today we've got 15 orders going out, partly due to the World Book Day promotion I ran yesterday. So buy a book, one of the cheap books, 80% off. So a few extra went out because of that. There was quite a few went with that promotion, but funnily enough people still try to buy bundles with the 80% off, but they only get like a maximum saving. So yeah, we'll see how that worked out. It gave people a slightly better saving than they would with just the normal bundle one, but it didn't make too much of a difference. So slightly lower profits for the day, but a good few books going out the door. So we'll just see how that matches up. Coffee. Got a drink of coffee. Right, first we've got a bundle of 4 John Connolly paperbacks. One of my favourite authors, personally. They don't sell too often, but they do still go, and I'm happy to sell them because I think he's brilliant. So the 4 of them went, let's say, with that offer, so $10.99. Normally that would have been about $11.99, so $10.99 for those 4 there. Stick them out of the way. And then we've got a little book all by itself. Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. So again, went with the 80% off coupon, which means it went for £4.56. So that's a kind of, I might make a few pence on that if I'm lucky, but that was the whole point of the deal yesterday. Get books out there, get people reading, drive a bit of traffic to the site, and hopefully, if these are new buyers, they'll like what they get and they'll come back again at some point in the future. Another single book, and another one that went on the deal. What the Day the Cranes Quit. That's it. So an Oliver Jeffers. This book's are really nice. But I've had this for ages, and that's it, finally sold. So again, £4.56 for that one. That'll go large letters, so the postage will get me an extra few pence back on it. And I've got a couple of other wee World Book Day books from previous years, kids books. So if any kids books go out on that, I'm going to chuck those other ones in as well and just get them shifted. So as long as I can still send it large letter, I will do that. Next, to Sophie Kinsella. Again, sold with 80% off coupon promotion. 2 paperbacks, $5.99. So they've saved a couple of quid on that lot there. But I'll at least make £1 off of them. So yeah, again, just to repeat, the whole point of the offer yesterday was just to drive a bit of traffic in. World Book Day, it's a thing that's happening, so take advantage of it and see if we can't get some extra sales coming through. And another single book, again 80% off with coupon, so £4.56 for that one. I say £3 to post it, so eBay fees are about £1.50, so really making pennies on these single books there, but keeps the traffic flowing. That's what I want. Right, a bigger bundle this time. I'm going to step to the side. Just want to finish that before it got cold. Right, Nadine Dorries, El Politico. 4 paperbacks and a hardcover, so a nice little bundle there. Under 2 kilos thankfully, and that went for $13.99. So again, well no they didn't, they just used the buy 3 get 2 free coupon with that, so we could have saved an extra £1, but that's a kind of a more normal sale for me. 5 little Nadines. I've just realised that I forgot to clip my mic where you might be able to hear it, so let's just move that now. It's still been plugged in, you'll have heard me, but these things is what these things is ours is sold with 80% off. Leanne Moriarty. So I've been selling these for a while. The sales on Leanne kind of come and go. Got a light right in my eyes. I'm going to try and shift it. That's a wee bit better. But I listed a few more recently. Got one sale, and that seems to have kind of kick-started the listing. So that's a few sales of Leanne Moriarty have gone out in the last week or so. So, you know, if you've got a listing and it's got a history, if you can get a sale on it, they will start moving. And the best thing about that is I sold a couple, and because I'd put the prices down to try and get some moving, and once I've sold one of my bundle, I put the prices back up to normal, and they keep selling, which is really good. So $11.99 for those 4 there. Next time, another 80% offer, Hunger Games and Catching Fire, so the 2 of them. And still got the gifted sticker on it. I can't have that. I do try and take the stickers off if there are any on them when I get the books, but sometimes I miss them. Look, that one's got one on it too, another gifted product, so we'll take that off as well. And they're gone, and £6.49 for the 2 of those. So people did get some good savings, there's no doubt about that. Next we've got Brief History of Time, Mr. Stephen, and that went for £6.44. For some reason they bought it without the coupon, who knows, but it sold regardless. And then we've got a nice little bundle of 5 again, a wee bit of a mixed bag. We've got 3 Bernard Cornwell hardcovers, and after the conversation yesterday I had this one listed just as a hardcover because I wasn't sure about the whole numbering thing. Well, I was kind of sure, but I always second guess myself. But according to the convention, it is a first edition, so somebody's got a first edition of The Last Kingdom, which is actually a very nice book for an absolute bargain price. So Peter Brown, you've done well on that one. The other 2 in there is another Hunger Games with another sticker, and Crypt of the Sorcerer, so one of the fighting fantasy books, Ian Livingstone this time. It's a much more recent edition, so that's just a kind of normal price book, not 20 quid like the one that sold the other day. Let's just take this sticker off. Ugh, it's coming off in bits. I wish they wouldn't put stickers on books. Most of the time they come off absolutely fine, but sometimes they just destroy, and you don't know that until you try and take them off. In that case, it's come off perfectly clean, just a wee bit of a pain. Anyway, that bundle, £16.74, so a nice little sale. Wills, Probate and Inheritance Tax for Dummies. The Dummies books, I do like to sell them. Another one that didn't sell, oh that's right, this was after, so the offer ended at 7 o'clock last night. It was just a kind of limited time through the day, so this went for £6.99 all in, free the postage. So the Dummies books, they sell. Some of them for not a lot, like that one. Some of them go for a wee bit more, but they do always sell. Another one on its own, my last copy of this. So I had that big stack of Agatha Christie that I picked up just before Christmas. They've sold really well because they're brand new books, never read. £6.99 for that one. It's the last of the Sleeping Murders gone. And then another little bundle, which is a mixed bundle. We've got C.J. Sansom, Ray Celestin, Hugh Trevor Roper, Last Days of Hitler, bit of Norse mythology by Neil Gaiman, and a Lemony Snicket. What one's that? File Under 13 Suspicious Incidents. And the 5 of those went for £13.56. And they're just under 2 kilos, which is good. So always when I get a Sansom or one of those big books, I just think, oh, that's going to push my weight up. It's going to push the weight up. But in this case, it didn't. I showed you a movie book the other day, the Halloween, that was potentially worth, over £100. This is another movie book that I picked up not long ago. So movie books, if you see them, pick them up. Jaws 2. Now this is in absolutely immaculate condition. It's never been read. I have no doubts it has never been read. It's a third printing, so it's not a first printing of this one. Third printing 1978, but I say excellent condition, and that sold for £15.99. So these movie books, let's say if you see them, pick them up, and all day long you'll have a movie book on your shelf. Last little bundle. Tess Gerritsen this time. Is it under 2 kilos? Oh! 2005. 5 grams over the 2 kilo mark. However, I do have 2 different copies of that one, so I might go and get the other one and see if it shaves off 20 grams, because if it does, then I can get it out for 2 kilos. Once the package is added on, that's going to be another few anyway. Oh, it's now down at 199,999. I wouldn't take a risk on that, because scales are never 100% accurate, and you end up getting it wrong. You get it wrong. Anyway, I don't sell many Tess Gerritsen, but I have today Body Double, Playing with Fire, Die Again, and then I Know a Secret and The Killing Place in hardcover. So yeah, a nice little sale for the 5 of those. Went for £13.99, and that's the sales for today. £144 in total for all of that. A third to eBay, a third in postage, a third to me. It's going to be slightly out of sync on that, just because of the 80% offers on a few of them. So there's maybe a few quid that will have gone, will come off my profit pot and go into the other 2 to cover the costs. But again, a reasonable day. You know, about £40 in profit, which is very, 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 very typical. So I've got a few extra sales, potentially because of that extra coupon promotion. And although I didn't make as much money on each of them, it's the few extra sales is enough to have made it worthwhile, which means I can update my momentum chart. No, I've not updated it. Yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I went out and I spent £12-ish. No, that can't be right. What did I spend? I went into a wee shop that I don't go into very, very often, and they had absolutely loads, but they're just a wee kind of cash only store. So I just gave them a £20 note, so that doesn't go into my buying costs because I've got no receipt or anything for it, so it's just a freebie into the business, as it were. And then I went into shop in Irvine and spent, yes, £12. So my official sales for buying for yesterday was 12 quid. I listed £327 worth of books, so below my 400 target, but not too far off. And the sales for the day were £104. So I've just told you that lot's 143, and I'm saying my sales yesterday were 104. So 12 to 12 was £104. The 143 is because we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 orders have come in this morning already. So that's in today's 12 to 12 total when I'm updating my sheet. But for the purpose of showing you what I'm packing up and going out, it's included in the today. So I've got my midnight to midnight, and then I've got my kind of 10 AM to 10 AM, which is typically what these videos show. So a slower day overall sales wise yesterday, but better than the 60 pounders I've had a couple of times this month so far. So not really on track for the month, but well, I'm saying not on track. The track here is made up. This time last year I was selling everything, you know, a couple of books, but really clothes, toys, ornaments, cups, mugs, all sorts of things. And you make more money doing that. It was taking me a lot more time because I was outsourcing every day, and you know, every shop I'm going into, I'm going around absolutely everything and looking for what I'm doing, and then it takes a lot more time to get them all listed because each item is individual and unique, so you've got to get all the details down, you've got to get all the different pictures set up. So although I was making possibly as much as £1,000 a month more, it took an awful lot more time, and I found it a kind of frustrating process. So I don't have last year to compare to like for like. So what I've made up for my targets and my goals, it really is just made up. It's a what I would like to achieve rather than what I can achieve. I keep getting tempted to go and pick up some other bits and pieces and just add them into the store and see how it goes, but can I be bothered? How much space would it end up taking up extra? You know, if I start picking up knickknacks and stuff again, you can't just stack up 100 knickknacks on a shelf. I'm doing that with shelves like that, not like that. So they will take up more space. Is the space against value worth it? I don't know. I keep swithering. If I see something at a glance, I'll grab it, because there's a couple of things I know are very good sellers that people don't pay attention to. So if I see them, yeah, I might pick them up, who knows. But for now, this is all about the books, and we want to get to our £200 a day in sales value and then get beyond that. So by the end of the month, if I can be hitting an average, say for the last week of the month, of £200 a day in sales, I'll be absolutely delighted. But I need to keep the listing momentum up there. I do a lot of stuff on offers, so just to clarify this as well. So buy 3 get 2 free means that if I list £500 worth of books, it's actually only £300 worth of sales that would translate into. There will be postage on top of that, which will push it up a wee bit because I'm counting that as my overall cost. But 500 in listings only really equates to about £300 in sales. So I've got to keep that in mind as well. So if I'm doing £400 a day, it's probably about 270, 280 in sales. Potentially 270, 280 in sales. There's no definitive number to that because not everything goes out in a bundle, and some things are high value singles and so on and so forth. But yeah, so the 400 a day, I'm not expecting that to put me up to £400 in sales a day, but it should get me to £200 in sales a day as long as I'm listing the right stuff, and it will grow my stock at the same time so I can see where it catches up. Anyway, I'm rambling now, and there's no need for a ramble as it's Friday morning. Nobody wants to ramble on a Friday morning. What I'm going to do now is get this lot packed up and ready to drop off at the Royal Mail place, and then I'm going to go to one of my wee pickup spots, and hopefully they've got a load in for me to have a dig through. The last couple of weeks it's been pretty dry, and I've ended up grabbing stuff that I wouldn't pick up as part of my bread and butter. I'm trying to focus really hard on getting the stuff that I know has a good sell-through rate from the listings that I've got, and the odd different book to look at. But when there's no bread and butter, I invariably end up going, oh, let's give that a try, let's give that a try, let's give that a try. And I end up with a lot of stuff that when I come back and check it, it's going in the £3-4 pile, which I use to top up my daily listings, rather than getting them all listed and seeing where they're going and making up a few different bundles of bits and pieces. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. Can't quite see everything on the table there. Maybe 7 Mills and Boons bundles to get listed up. I've picked up a bundle of Anne O'Brien books. So I've had a couple of hers, they've sold in the past. So I've got 4 of them to put on as a bundle. We got a cracking big load of Winnie the Pooh books, 19 in the set, and got all of them. So a grow and learn library. They seem to individually £3 to £4, and they sell fairly often. So the 19 of them, I'm going to stick them on just as one big bundle and see what we can get out of that. So that could be a nice wee £40 bundle, and a few others where I picked up a bunch of books by the same. I keep picking up things like these Disney books. So I actually got another big bundle of Disney books yesterday, which I listed up as a bundle. So they do seem to sell okay. It's not crazy money, but they seem to go quite quickly. So that's the kind of thing I end up picking up when I don't see all my bread and butter to fill in my bags. So we'll see how it happens, and hopefully get a nice big chunk today. Anyway, that's my plans for the day. Then we're into the weekend, where it's going to be list. Coming back to you all here, literally as I was pressing stop on the record button, another little sale dropped in, and it is a bundle of those kids books that I was just talking about. So I got these at the weekend, last weekend. It's a bundle of, can't see them because I'd already had them wrapped up to store,
Ladybird Keywords books. There's 35 there. The full set should be 36 books, but it's not, Miss Moneypenny. My name's Bond, James Sharpian. 35 out of the 36, it's missing one book. I just sold for £24.99, so there you go. Did I pay 25 pence a book for those? Because 35 times 25 is a bit more than I would like to pay for a £25 sale. So what would that be? 17, 8 quid? No, I didn't. I got these at about 10 for a pound. So it cost me 3-4 quid, and that's a wee £24.99 sale. And it didn't even go on promoted listings. Anyway, that's all. See you later. Until we get to next week, and I've made a lot more sales. Anyway, that's all for today. So, see ya. Love ya. Bye.